Today we are going to be talking about SpinBackup for Google Workspace with Spin1. First thing to understand about backup is that we have automated 1 or 3 times a day backup frequency. This means that your RPO is either going to be 8 hours or 24 hours. Coupled with a customizable data retention policy, 6 months is the minimum and indefinitely is the maximum. We can change retention policies to be 12 months, let's say 24 months, 36 months, whatever you would like. Of course, we can also configure retention by different OUs as well. Maybe product team, we want to have it for longer, management team, shorter, whatever it may be. When it comes to Spin's partners for the storage providers, we've partnered with the leading 3, Azure, AWS, and GCP. Within each of those 3 storage providers, our customers can choose one of them, and more than that, they can choose one of 4 regions within each storage provider. The locations for each storage provider is generally US, Asia, Australia, and Europe. Of course, on an OU basis, we can also change different storage locations within the same storage provider. Maybe management team is in Europe and everyone else is in US. For GDPR compliance, we can have the management team's data be backed up in Europe and everyone else in AWS or in US. Coming here to the users, these are all of your onboarded, activated, protected users on Spin. If you wanted to navigate the backup of a user, you certainly could. We're backing up Gmail, Google Drive, calendars, contacts, and chats on a user-by-user basis, as well as shared drives and spaces. If you needed to investigate a backup to download data, restore data, whatever it may be, we'll take Gmail and Google Drive, for example, today. Go ahead and click into that service, and now you're with a single pane of glass view of what that environment looks like. Every time Spin does a backup, Spin is taking a snapshot of that live environment and reflecting it the exact same way, making it very easy for you to navigate through the backups. Of course, we can back up the entire environment as a whole on a manual basis if we needed to. We can restore the entire environment as a whole, or perhaps we just want to restore a few specific emails. We can certainly do that. When it comes to restoring, anything Spin backs up, Spin can restore, but more than that, we can cross-restore it to any other licensed user, making a knowledge handoff very, very easy. If a user leaves an organization, in as little as 2 clicks, we can transfer their data to any other licensed user. When it comes to downloading data, we can download in 2 formats for Gmail, Mbox or PST. And then comes our versioning capability, where we can go back in time to any previously taken snapshot. Let's say February 3rd, hit OK, choose one of our 3 auto backups. And now I'm seeing the environment as it was on this specific day and time. For example, if user Victor Smith on February 3rd went ahead and deleted his entire environment, we could come back to February 2nd, the day before, choose one of our 3 auto backups, hit OK, and see the environment as it was, and go forth with a restore. The rule of thumb for restoring and downloading data: if you do not select anything, you are going to restore or download everything. But if you select specific items, then you are going to restore or download only those specific items. This is the same visibility, actionability, and versioning capability for all the services that we are protecting, especially, of course, when it comes to Google Drive. The one thing that I'd like to emphasize is that when it comes to restoring, yes, anything we back up, we can restore and cross-restore, but we can also cross-restore it to other shared drives or Google Spaces as well. If we wanted to restore to the original user, we can restore it to the original location, the same parent folder for this user and this user's Google Drive. We can also restore it to a new folder, while at the same time restoring the same file sharing permissions that that document originally had. If it was shared to 8 users, and when we go to restore it, we want those 8 users to regain access, we can go ahead and restore the same file sharing permissions. Coming into archived users, the value of an archived user is that this is unlimited storage and it's cold storage for reference at a later date of any former employee's data, former entity's data. We can come into Edward, who is suspended in our Google Workspace, and click into the services that we were backing up and be able to have that same visibility, that same actionability, and be able to restore out of an archived user and into an active user. Oftentimes, organizations continue to pay for licenses for former employees with the sole purpose of retaining their data. They don't know who they need to be sending this data to. They don't know who's going to be taking over, whatever it may be. All they know is that they do not want to lose access to a former employee's data. So what do? They continue to pay for active licenses on Google or on Microsoft. Even archive licenses on Google or on Microsoft, there's a stark difference from a pricing perspective of utilizing Spin Archive licenses to achieve this goal. Shared drives and spaces. There's no limit to the amount of shared drives and spaces you can onboard and protect with Spin. The only limit, so to speak, is the amount of storage that they consume. Spin is a shared storage platform. With each license comes an included amount of storage, whether it be 30 or 50 gigs. A user is not limited. A user is not capped at 30 or 50 gigs. It's simply how much storage comes with their license. And this is pooled storage. So if we had 10 users on Spin 1, that's a pooled storage amount of 500 gigs because it's 50 gigs per license that's included. So pooled storage of 500 gigs. Your users could be consuming, let's say, 300 gigs, and the other 200 gigs is available for all shared drives or spaces to consume. Again, no limit to how many physical shared drives and spaces are onboarded to Spin. The only limit, so to speak, is storage. I would speak with your Spin account executive on exploring unlimited storage options as well. But if you didn't want to explore unlimited storage options, if you were to run out of storage, you would be able to purchase storage a la carte in batches, 100 gigs, terabytes, whatever you would like. This has been a high-level overview of SpinBackup for Google Workspace.